Hello again. For those of you who have followed these videos, you'll notice that big changes in the garden, and you'll hear mowers and stuff in the background. We had a huge storm blow through here last night and knocked down my huge strawberry bed. I mean, just right over on the ground. Most people would get all upset about it, but acts of God, I think, are really good things from time to time, because it allowed me to dig them up, figure out what was going on. I got rid of a bunch of weeds and stuff, and now they're all in pots over here, which is cool because it's easier to harvest, easier to deal with, and it's not going to fall down. Things happen in life in a way that are always moving towards your desires and what it is you want out of life. Now, a good friend of mine that I watch a lot, not that he's a good friend, but I wish he was, Jake Ducey. Jake Ducey's channel has been issuing these videos about manifesting and creating the desires you want and getting the things you want out of life by thinking it forward and tapping on the third eye and all these good ideas. I mean, they're great ideas. And before this period of time when we had 50 to 80,000 man-made chemicals in the environment, that probably worked pretty easily, and it probably did all the time. The reason people are having a little trouble manifesting is because there's other voices manifesting inside you. This is where dry fasting comes in. Parasites, toxic chemicals that vibrate at different frequencies that are not in concert, but actually are in opposition to your biochemistry, they derail the things you want out of life. So as much as you have willpower to try and manifest like crazy to try to get the things you want out of life, with these other voices in the background. I make the comparison. You've got Boston Symphony Orchestra producing Beethoven's third knee flat eroica, and it's going around, which is fine, then a banjo comes on stage. One banjo might not derail the orchestra, but 100,000 banjos will, and that's what these chemicals and parasites represent inside your body. On the third day of a dry fast, when you get into ketosis and turn on autophagy and start starving these things of water, because everything in life needs water. We have the ability to make endogenous water in our cells during the ATP cycle to make water. And that's why you're not thirsty on a dry fast, because your cells are making all the water they want inside the cells out of your fat, free fatty acids, to be more specific. And as long as that keeps going on, they are parched, they cannot live. So you get rid of all your toxic parasites. And these are the things that are driving you to eat the sugars and eat the pastries and these candies and all this stuff, because they live on sugar. That's what their food is. So they're going to emit chemicals that'll tell your brain to react, to see things that they want, that you probably don't even know are bad for you, because you want them too, but it's not really you. The further on you go into a dry fast, you start breaking down these other chemicals. You start shuttling them into lysosomes or into autophagosomes, that you take them out of the body and get rid of them altogether in the extracellular matrix into the lymphatic system. And that's that orange goo after you end a 7-day dry fast that you evacuate out of your bowel. That's the stuff that'll kill you. It's also the stuff that represents the elements that cause low-grade inflammation over time, that constantly wear you down, and because they're gaining in number over time, because you're not expelling them because sleep isn't long enough, it just is worse and worse and worse. The aches and pains, the arthritis, all the other things that happen, and you end up falling down at one point because you never got rid of your toxins. It's like dragging around a dumpster that's constantly being filled up with garbage. You have the ability to do it. It's with dry fasting. It's so easy. I've seen this myself. First time I dry fast, I no longer eat pastries and sugar buns and honey buns and all that crazy stuff. I mean, really, it's that simple. You just do a 5 or 7 day dry fast. I like the 7 because it really gets the toxic chemicals out of the body that cause all this metabolic dysfunction. And then you can manifest a lot easier. And then you see things differently. Like when my strawberries were blown down by a huge storm last night. It just collapsed on the ground, huge mess. But I had everything in place to fix it, and I did it, and it's all back together, probably better than it was before. You face adversity with a smile, an attitude of gratitude is what it is. You have to get up every morning and think, isn't this wonderful? And it is. This planet is fabulous. Everything you want, you can get from this planet. And I can't stress enough that if you want to manifest easier You have to get rid of these toxins that are deep inside your cellular matrix. You can't get rid of them at night. Autophagy isn't long enough. It's not until 8 or 9 hours into it that chaperone mediated turns on, and that shuttles stuff into lysosomes. You know, there's a whole thing I talk about in neogenesis and a whole thing I talk about in the Phoenix Protocol about the timing of this stuff. And the longer you can stay on autophagy, the better it works. Intermittent fasting is not getting you into autophagy. Hello? Obviously somebody else's gardens were screwed up last night, probably chopping down trees or whatever. So the message today is enjoy life, get rid of your toxins, learn about dry fasting, get the book, the Phoenix Protocol, get the book, Neogenesis, learn about your body, learn how to feed your body, learn how to avoid the things that cause the problems, okay? It's really about that simple. So my message today is dry fast to get rid of the other voices so that you can manifest with your voice and your intentions. I'll talk to you again soon. Try it. You'll like it.